Is something wrong? I asked you a question.
I know.
Well, what's the matter?
You won't understand. Don't worry about it.
Alright, first of all, you have the most rudimentary knowledge of who I am, me, so to assume that I wouldn't understand is presumptuous to say the least, and more than a little condescending. And secondly, I have to worry about it because I'm alone out here with you and a show's about to begin. So if there's a problem, I freely and openly admit to harboring a desire to see it resolved as quickly as possible. Okay?
Whatever.
How dare you, you, as thoughtfully transcribed literature, utter that mindless catch-all phrase that is the embodiment of total, unmitigated mental and verbal atrophy.
It's not my fault. I'm a victim of circumstance.
What circumstance? What's your problem? Stop whining and just out with it.
I lack motivation.
That's it?
Yes.
So what's the big deal? I don't have it either. Most people don't. We just have to force ourselves to go on.
I can't. There's nothing there.
I know it feels that way sometimes, but you just have to buck up and press on.
Oh yes, it's all right for you, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Because you're fleshed out.
No, I'm not.
Compared to me, you are. You're multidimensional. I'm just a cipher. A convenient device thrown in by the author to expand upon a certain point of view.
But you're relevant. You have relevancy. You're integral to the story.
Only in a narrative sense. I don't really belong.
Don't be so self-pitying.
I'm not. I'm just being honest.
Look, a major and completely unexpected plot point hinges on your sudden appearance in the proceedings. Without you, the play would be turned on its head by the end of Act 1, leaving the audience breathless and gasping in anticipation. On a good night, at least.
I know you mean well, and that's very nice of you, but I'm not so underwritten to be painfully aware of the fact that I'm just a tool. And I can accept that. I can, just not happily.
I think you're being a bit hard on yourself, don't you?
I'm not being hard on myself. It was all I was given.
Then make the most of it.
All right, says you. It's all right for you. It's all downhill for you. You get to reveal a multitude of levels and depths as you continue your 90-minute journey from point A to point B. Your character's arc gradually draws the audience in and endears you to them in ways that initially they never would have dreamt possible, leaving them satisfied and intrigued. Much to their astonishment, this character that they found themselves initially repulsed by turns out to be this complex and all too human representation of someone that they can identify and empathize with. As they walk out of the main door into the night air, they feel buoyed from having spent an evening and some hard-earned money in a rewarding and enlightening manner. With you.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Nothing at all. But it wasn't my journey they were taking, it was yours. I was just a plot point.
A vital one.
In your story.
In the story.
In your story. I'm a catalyst, nothing more. I have no depth, I have no raison d'etre, I have no inner life. And I damn well want one, and I don't care who knows it.
Well, I think you've already started to give yourself one, don't you? The way you're carrying on?
Perhaps. Perhaps it's a start. But I shouldn't have to fight for it, and that's my point.
Well, why not? Anything in this life worth a damn is worth fighting for.
Maybe so, but it's so much harder for me, don't you see? Because I lack
motivation. Yes, I got that part.
No need to be so testy. It's not my fault I was underwritten.
No, but it's not mine either. I didn't ask to be the bigger part. I didn't ask to be more absorbing or more relevant to the current human condition. You're acting as if it was some sort of competition.
Oh, absorbing now, are we?
Well, I'm speaking theoretically, of course. It's the writer's intention. It's nothing to do with me. I'm not saying I'm personally absorbing. I'm just reflecting the viewpoint of...
Is this pre-show, by the way?
What?
This.
This? No.
Then what is it?
It's pre-show.
What's that?
It's sort of like off Broadway.
Meaning?
Well, it's not there, but it's not quite there either. So it's sort of almost not quite there.
Where's there?
Somewhere else.
Sounds very ephemeral.
Yes, it is, and that's the beauty of it. And by the way, you're sounding more dimensional by the minute.
Thank you. Against type, I might add.
Indeed.
Actually, I meant to ask you about this earlier. Are we characters?
Us? Of course not. Oh.
Well then, what are we?
Words were just words. Well, not just words. Words are the most important part. But after all, we mustn't get too far ahead of ourselves. We still only exist on paper.
Then why are we here?
I'm not here.
You're not?
Of course not.
Am I?
No.
But I thought I was a character. Or at least struggling to become one out of the little I am.
No. There you go again. You got it all wrong.
Then what am I?
Ink on paper.
That's all?
That's all? You ingrates. Don't you have the slightest conception of what that means? You are the conception. You are the birth. Without you, there was nothing. Without you, there was no play. Without you, there was no novel, no film, no poem, nor any of their bastard relations. You are the seed, the root of it all.
I don't feel like it.
Well, not yourself necessarily, but in what you represent. You are ink on paper. From quill to laserjet printer, you are and always have been the beginning. Others may mold you and shape you to their will, for better or for worse. But you are the font, in every sense of the word. It's what you are.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. All of a sudden, I don't feel so sketched out and plot convenient. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm glad, and don't thank me. They weren't my words.
So what's next?
Pre-show.
And that is?
When the others take over.
Take over what?
Us.
Which in strict definition means?
Well, strictly speaking, I wouldn't like to say, but which includes, though is by no means limited to, gargling, vocal exercises, diarrhea, frantic last-minute line readings, focus, pace, sense memory, recall, and stumbling around in the dark, trying to find your spot, praying to God that you do before the lights come up and expose you as a co-conspirator in the enormous piece of artifice that you are attempting to lay before a potentially skeptical, though willingly complicit public.
Good heavens! I think I might just relax and sink back into the paper for a bit, if it's all the same to you.
Trust me, I'm about to do the same thing.
By the way, if you don't mind me asking, does usually a lot of stuff happen in your act?
Didn't you read the play?
Yeah, but my bits kind of skipped that part. It was a quick read.
Then shame on you. As I told you before, big or small, we are all part of a whole, and our acknowledgement of that is the only way we can properly function, all working together. If you don't have the last little piece, you'll never complete the puzzle.
Sorry.
Anyway, does it matter?
What?
What happens in my act?
Well, I was just wondering if you're not too busy, if you'd like to go out for a drink with me.
Now?
Only if you want to, unless you have, stuff to take care of them.
For a matter of fact, I would love to. I am quite literally dying for a drink. Let's leave them to do what they will, good, bad, or just plain incomprehensible. Do you have a place in mind?
No? Do you?
No, but I do know a nice place on this street and that street. Sounds like a good place to start and end.
Aw, a budding romance. Marriage.